Alright, hopefully you can hear me. Got some background music. Let's see. Yay! Alright. So my tablet's working? Yeah. Of course. I didn't test my tablet to make sure the driver was working. Ugh. Of course. Well, give me a second and try so I can get this tablet to work. I don't know, Windows is just a jerk and doesn't like my tablet drivers anymore, and I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why Windows does what it does. And I have the same issue with Wacom too, so it's not like I'm using an off-brand, so therefore it doesn't work. Unplug it. What? I have to like go through this lengthy process to get this to work. I feel like Linux is easier to troubleshoot. I feel like it's, I don't want to say limited, but it's not as widely used, so there's not as much interference from all this crap that is usually on Windows and Apple computers now. Ugh, Windows. Let's see if that works. And if the music's too loud, let me know. I don't sound loud to me, but I don't know how it sounds to you on tablet. I might have to restart my computer. Oh my. So frustrating. Nope, I got it now. Alright. All good. Did not have to restart the computer. The song just stopped. You put something. Hello, Beast Gaming. Hmm. Right. Can you hear it now? Let me see. I normally do. Oh, I see. Volume was pretty low. I don't usually use my desktop audio for anything. Maybe my settings are a little funny. Make sure my yep, audio's still good. Alright, I think. Alright, cool. I have to remember that my headphone volume is not the same as my desktop volume. Right, I think that should be plenty loud. I don't want it to be so obnoxious. Cool. Yay! Alright, so far I did not have to restart my computer, and I've had minor difficulties with the stream. That's a good sign, right? So, I'm just gonna be drawing and whatever. If you guys have questions, I can see both YouTube and Twitch chat all at once, so don't worry about having to switch or anything. And feel free to ask questions. I'm totally okay with stopping what I'm doing, answer them, or show you something. And Krita, if you have a question about how to do something. And I don't mind answering questions that have nothing to do with Krita. And the music I'm playing is just a no copyright sound channel. I don't have to worry about copyright issues. And thank you, TJ Tams. I struggle with these feathers for way longer than I wanted to, and I realized I was overthinking it, and I don't know why I was. I'll show you what it looked like before. Second. Or they look like this. Okay. It's okay. I basically colored in this here, and I tried to add detail to line art, but honestly, that it just was about that. I don't think this type of method here something is working with this piece. Like if I was going for more simplified cartoony style, I think it'd be fine, but losing like the value, the texture of the feathers, it just wasn't. I think this is a huge improvement because this way I can paint away these gaps here. And to do that, I am using this this is the blender knife edge, so I'm able to basically in a separate layer. So this is just the feathers by itself, and I'm basically taking this transparent, this blank space, and pushing the, I guess in real life you'd be pushing the paint away back into itself, I guess you'd call it. Like if you had a blank canvas, you put some oil on it and or whatever, and just took a brush or even some sort of knife and you pushed it into itself, it would kind of like scrape away the paint. So you leave just like the underlying canvas or whatever color. I don't know if I explained that well, but it's the only way I can think to explain. So, and then I also made a hotkey for myself so I could isolate layers really quickly, because not isolating this kind of, like, it's good to see how it all looks together here. But let me take off some references. Okay. Seeing it unfinished like this really makes me want to keep going. Yeah, no, any digital oil paint. And I do like oil paint. I just, it's expensive and oh, alright, so Queen Sahara on YouTube asked, how will you do that on the feathers overlapping? So what I'm doing is I'm taking the approach of doing the background feathers first and then overlaying on top. So for example, this feather here, let's do it here. I'm not really worrying about the underlying feather too much because it's kind of fading off away. Okay, so this feather here is pretty much where I left off at. And I'm ignoring the top layers right now because what I want, I mean, I guess you could do multiple layers for different feathers, but this wasn't something that I was, I don't know, I can't explain it. It's just something that I felt for myself I didn't want to do. But anyway, we'll just start with this feather. Find the shape a little bit. Went and kind of blended this in. Then put it in the center here. Oops. Kind of like that center point where I don't know what the term is. It's like point here, that hard part of the feather, like the quill end would right way back in the day. That's fine. Alright, so then I would go back to that tool here. Here. It is under paint, under the presets in Krita. Just zoom in and I'll just start pushing that color back in. Bigger for... I'm not really too worried about color mixing because at the end of the day when I push this in, the whole point is to get everything make it look like this is on top of the feather underneath, and then I'll just keep doing that as the other feathers will overlap it. So hoping today I'll finish this bottom row here, which is all of darker feathers. I think I will. I think I'll just go through and start feathering them out a little bit to make... This is not a very accurate... Oh, thank you. TJ Tams on Twitch let me know that the center part is called the rachis or shaft. Thank you. Yeah, so it's really just kind of layering. Like when you're painting traditionally, you wouldn't really have multiple layers and be able to separate them. So I guess I'm just taking this more from a traditional approach where I have to start with the background and then layer on top, which is what you would do in any traditional medium. Like, well, most painting traditional medium at least, because I don't know if you've ever, if you were like me and didn't really have a proper painting education as a child, I started with, oh, I'll paint the figure and then I'll paint the background. And that is a nightmare because then you're trying to keep that crisp edge of the figure or whatever else in the foreground. And it doesn't work like that. You paint the background and the layer on top. So I'm probably making it more difficult on myself visually by doing that, but you're not, it's fine. I'm not going for perfection. I'm really trying hard not to like, oh my god, that one pixel is off, what am I gonna do? And good, I'm glad that makes sense, Queen Sahara, because if it didn't, I apologize. So I'm just gonna go through and start. I probably looked at, I don't know, tons of reference, not necessarily how a real thing looks, but how people painted them, and I didn't think it was going to be difficult to find good examples of what I wanted this to look like, but it kind of was, and I understand why, because these are not simple mechanisms in any way. They're pretty complex, and feathers are laid out. There's a reason why there's long feathers and short feathers and biology. I was able to find some stuff though, more painterly look, which fit this overall. Whoops, drawing. Still need some more because I'm gonna not look at the rest of it. I'm gonna keep me sidetracked. Never look at such feathers again. And also for the feathers, I'm painting them, I do at least have a reference. I at least have a reference to go off of how I want the wing or the feathers to layer. So if I ever get lost again, I got something to go back to reference. Probably didn't have to. I mean, in the future, I don't sketch. It's fine. And I hope everyone's doing well. The world's crazy right now. EJ Tam says, good point looking up references about how people paint something, kind of like how looking at a Bob Ross tree is simpler to recreate than whatever tree. Yes. Oh my gosh, watching Bob Ross paint trees is like, it's a really good reminder, I think, of how we take something complex and we kind of forget that we're not painting every little detail. It's just not happening. Yes, a few brush strokes and you already have a tree. I think that's something I struggle with, and I definitely struggle with that as a kid. Like, when you're painting a tree, let's say, you're like, okay, a tree has like all these leaves, right? Like 50 million leaves on one little branch. This is a really bad branch, but you get the idea, right? So when you're painting, you're like, oh, I have to put all these leaves in here, right? But you don't. It's really creating the illusion that you have a ton of branches, or a ton of, and that's, I think, the hardest thing to come to terms with as an artist. At least for me it was. Like, oh my god, I have to add all these leaves, I have to make it look like there's a ton, and really don't. It's all about creating the illusion that there's a ton there. I think Bob Ross is a very good reminder of how to create illusion. Pine trees, I don't think anyone wants to sit there and paint like a billion little pine needles. It's just not realistic. Oh, that's okay, Queen Sahara. This will be recorded and posted somewhere else, I'm sure, so have a good one. Hope this... Yeah, it's a bit like level of detail in video games. Unless you're really close to the subject, you don't really need the high level of detail for something to look how it should look. Yes, that's a good way of putting it. Level of detail. I like that. I should tell myself that. Environments. A lot of it's just bringing the illusion of, and it's the same with hair. Like, it's a struggle, but it's part of learning. Drawing isn't. Yes, there's one artist I follow who is definitely not safe for work, but the way he draws, I think, has helped me find ways to get around, finding like mental, hey, trees have tons of leaves, where are the tons of leaves, you know, versus the illusion part. I'll link his Twitter in the chat. I mean, there's a lot of not safe for work, but there's also a ton of safe for work stuff. It's really on what kind of mood he's in to retweet his own stuff. But it's all like tasteful, it's not. Alright, so that's gonna be there. He does a lot of work in progress shots, he streams as well sometimes. And his wife does like a similar process in her drawings. But let me see if I can bring it up and put it on this. Of course, the last 50 tweets he has and posts are not safe for work. I'm sorry. Give me a second. Let's see. And he's also recently doing a Harley Quinn comic for DC, which looks fantastic. Come on. Normally he posts like a ton of work in progress stuff. I'm also trying to find one that's safe for, or at least safe for the stream. I mean, this is it's gonna drive me nuts now. Oh, here you go. Oh, this is good enough. Alright. So, when he blocks stuff out, this is how he starts. Yeah, his stuff is awesome. And I've been following him for years, and seeing him really progress in his skill is ridiculous. So, like, the way he blocks stuff out, it's literally, he just throws it on there. He's not looking for perfection at first. It's not about, like, getting all that detail in. I mean, look at this paint. You know, so, but using basic shading methods, he gets the form and everything goes down. So it's just something that I have to keep reminding myself. Don't worry about the details right off the bat. Sometimes you just gotta put shading down to even get something to look right, especially with hands. I hate them so much. Yeah, he's been just amazing. I think I started following him when he started doing Twitch, and then shortly after he wanted to see what it would be like to make a separate account, tell no one who he was, and see how quickly he could get like not attention but a following. And that's where his comic came from. I think it's called Mercy. I don't know. But yeah, here's another one. Just like, stop worrying about the details, just put it all in there and it'll come together later. You know, and I'm just really trying to get that mentality. You work. Hopefully, like, the visual quality is okay here. Should be set up at least 1080. Okay, good. And then, okay, sorry if I'm asking too many questions. The bottom bar, is that in the way of anything with my social media stuff? If it is, I can move it. On my end, my preview, it looks like it's not blocking anything important, but if it is for you guys, just let me know. I can turn it off. Honestly, I don't even know if it's showing for you guys. I like did everything for this stream last minute. Sorry. Just to emphasize how last minute. I woke up at like 11, so I had coffee and the weekends. challenge for others. Like when I this. I think I might do like some flesh color there. Have a nice trim. You can hear my tablet. Yes, the tablet. I apologize. It's just the way the surface of my tablet is. The only downfall I really have with the off-brand tablet is the Ah, okay, yeah, I can do that right now. Alright, so hopefully that works. Is that better? I always forget which filter it is, so I never always forget. Up. fades. Sounds better, that's good. I'll do some later too. Okay. Cool. Better, that's all that matters. You. Points in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me. That's why I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Alright, so Patrick on YouTube asks, how do you make tile textures, say for a 3D package like Blender? Cool. So, oh, before I in Krita, if you go to File New, you go to the predefined, you can actually either go here, you make extra presets, 10, 20, 24 by 1024, 2K, 4K, 8K, or you can just go here, basic texture size. I'll just do a 2K texture. Okay. Then you might want to change the per inch. Mother. Up to you though. Alright, so there are a couple of ways to do a readable texture in Krita. So we'll just make Hey, doing protect. Alright, so just say this is me trying to put texture. So obviously we can't tell if it's going to tile properly. So I've had Krita for a while, so this hotkey might not work, but if you hit W, you get wraparound mode so you can see how it's going to tile. You can go out to 6.2%, and then you can wherever, and you're going to get this, be able to see how it looks. So obviously it's not connecting right, so I can basically paint the whole thing in the wraparound mode. Make sure that it's gonna seamlessly wrap around. That's one way of doing it. Once that looks good, turn it off again with the W, and I can go up to texture, and I can use this as a pattern if I want. Well, actually, that's more for inside Krita. It might be good for other. Make new patterns for the 3D. I love the wraparound. So if I say use a pattern, or second patterns. Pattern, and I've made a pattern. So now I can hit W, and no matter what, that pattern's always going to be fileable. So it's good to say that for future application use, and then for creating one itself. I don't know what happened to my back. That's, for me, if you're in Krita, that would be the best way to start. If you're using pre-made, or not pre-made, photographs, then that would be a good tool to use, is the wraparound mode, to make sure that everything you're doing to make it tileable is actually going to look tileable. Especially if you're using photograph of rocks, ground, anything with a lot of texture that can sometimes be hard to clean up so it doesn't look like there's a seam. And because of this wraparound mode, you can basically act like you're painting the whole tileable texture. Okay, so mark off. Yeah, Blender Guru is a really good source for that. For anything Blender related. This me actually, sorry Patrick, I'm on both YouTube and Twitch. So TJ Tams from Twitch, I'm going to share the link here too, is sharing a link to Blender Guru showing how to use repeatable textures in Blender, and they're a good reference to go to for Blender stuff. Can't talk today. Alright, so as you can, just to show you how you can paint the tileable stuff and how it's going to show, these lines here are kind of like the edges of your canvas almost. You can see where you can edit, make it tileable. Alright, Patrick goes on to say, how do you give something a 3D effect? Right. That, there's a couple different ways to do it, depending on what kind of 3D effect you're looking for. So, if I want a 3D effect for this, if I right click on a layer, go to layer style, I have all these different effects I can do to this little sphere. You want to do the bevel and emboss? Kind of get an interesting 3D effect here. Green. Yeah, it has like a 2. I don't know. Interesting. That's one. This is not. One thing that frustrates me effects is really hard to things I want. Do not really sure what kind of 3D effect you're looking for. So if you can give detail about that, that would be good. Because this is really just like I have a video on files where my video stroke. Dude. Found so I guess if you're looking for something speed that will otherwise like depth. Oh, like 3D glasses type thing, like a camera focus or like 3D glasses thing. Is that what you're talking? Like the blue, or no, green? Is it green? Yeah. Okay. That actually, I'm not sure. There's only one artist I know of that's done something like that. I think what I'll actually find a video.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to.
Image.
You said I was the only one.
Oops.
No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna.
I think what he did was he made the just make a here and what did I just located it? Oh. So he made one image, the same image. He made the image, duplicated the layer, liner, or whatever for it, and I think he actually. I think he actually made the colors of what it would be. I think it's blue and red. And red? I don't know. Blue and red. Okay. Since this is I think that's what he trying to find the video because it is really neat content. The only problem he had is you need 3D glasses for it. Oh, here we go. Alright, well, I'm just gonna link to his Etsy listing so you can see what it looks like without 3D glasses. And maybe that'll help. Stream chat. This is being posted in both Twitch and YouTube, so if you guys are interested in seeing what 3D art looks like printed without the 3D glasses, that's what it looks like. He didn't do a how. He explained it briefly in one of his videos, but it wasn't the primary purpose of the video, so it's hard to find which one it was because he posts so many videos. But I will link to his channel as well. Stuff is pretty cool. He has a lot of podcasts he does with other artists. That's pretty much it. You basically just make the drawing as you normally would. You duplicate it and you shift it over a little bit to the right or left, depending what color it is. And then with the 3D glasses, once you put it on, it should line up. I don't know if there's a specific like math involved to how far apart the line art has to be. I think there's a lot of trial and error to get it to work properly. Yeah, where is that video? Man, it's gonna like frustrate me now. I'm never gonna be able to find it again. He never did a tutorial for it either, so he just talked about it. That he loved doing it, but yeah, but if you watch some of his older videos, he talks about it somewhere in there. I've been following him for like a year or two now, so I'm gonna have to go back to like 2 years worth of videos to see if I can find where he talks about it. Sorry, but hopefully that gives you an idea of what you can do. And then you can experiment with how that needs to work. Because it's really all you can do. Experimentation to make sure it works, because even I'm trying to think, because in movies and stuff when they do this, that they have the same process where they have to take same footage, offset it, second preview, and then merge it together, and those 3D glasses work. They have filters. That filter. Specific settings they use. I don't know if it's different per. I hope that helps you, Pat. Sorry. I've never done anything like that before, but maybe that'll be something that I can try out later on. I think that'd be fun. Maybe we'll do a can I actually get this done right situation. We'll need some 3D glasses. I think I have 50 pairs somewhere in my apartment, stuffed away. Oh, wait, am I dumb? I think I found the video. Oh, wow, this is a really old one. Okay, I found the video where he talks about it. But I don't know. He talks about, oops, the process. I'll link it to you as well. Okay, so that video is 5 years old, so it's really old. I don't know if he talks about how he made it, or what the process for it was. But as of now, he's the only artist I've seen that. Hope that gives you some direction. I also don't know if this dependent on glasses you have. You need strictly the blue and red frames, or works for the newer, just the newer one's just blue. No, they're not blue. They're like a gray. I wonder if, actually, I don't know. You could probably even take some 3D glasses and test them in your render. This. That's pretty much it. I mean, it's really just offsetting two layers, making the colors right. It's not gonna work. Movie would. But... Oh, thanks, TJ Tams. Yes. Oh, I think maybe I was misunderstanding. I am sorry. Yeah, bump and normal maps are basically the best way to go. There's actually a lot of programs that will make them for you automatically. So I totally misunderstood. Sorry. You meant, yeah, well, whatever. Yes. Thanks, TJ. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's what he meant more than what I was talking about. It's hard, that makes more sense. For bump maps, I don't think you can, I don't know of a way to make those in Krita or normal maps. Well, you could make something just black and white for a normal map, or your bump map, and use that if you wanted to. Because really it's just seeing, I think white is smooth and black is the bump, the gray in between. So you could just take any texture you make and make it black and white and use that as your bump map. And then your normal map, I think you have to generate that in a different, a specific type of software. I don't know if Blender can actually export something like that for you. Okay. I use I have Substance Painter and Designer now, so I don't worry about that. And I have ZBrush, so I can export my maps for Blender. ZBrush does have a 40-day trial, so if you just want to cheat out a bunch of maps and stuff, that you could. I don't know. Wait, Xnormal. There's Xnormal. I think that's free. Yeah, it is. Okay, so I'll link that in the chat. I'm sorry. Alright, so yeah, someone did try to do normal map painting, and it's like, oh, that's a cool thing, but it's just not usable to do for actual production. I linked Xnormal, both chats. That's free. I've used that. It's not really hard to use if you follow like a tutorial or two, just to get an idea of what's affecting what. So I would use that. It's also good for taking your high res and directing it onto anywhere coffee. PJ Tams knows more about 3D than I work in 3D stuff. Ah, yes, that is true. Actually, let me see if I have anything. Oh. I don't know what I have. I don't know, these are my normals. Actually, yeah, these are normals, right? Yeah, they're normals. Looks great, right? Yeah, these are all my normals. You're normal. Look at these are all. These are ZBrush exports for normals. Oh, it will look different in other other programs might give you better results. The cubone upside down. I got like plenty of sleep. I'll probably end this stream around. This guy in the thing. I don't think he's using them. I don't know. I guess I'll just open them. I don't know what I'm. Just totally derailed from everything, which is totally fine. I'm okay with that. I don't know, if you guys want this to go on forever, I can. 3. I might say that for later. Probably confused the fuck out of everyone with all of this stuff. I'm sorry. Oh, it's opening. Okay. So I am using. Okay. So in Blender, I just want to point out, Blender materials are 10 times easier to deal with than way back in the day. Alright, so use normal map and your image. I hope this is right. I think TJ Tams knows more about Blender than I do, but this is a basic setup, and then I'm just using the roughness of it. Yeah. I don't even know. Yeah, right. The roughness is not as. There's more shine to it. Okay. Oh man. Family's photoshopped a fake 3D bear, a picture of her sidewalk. Told my family there's a bear in her neighborhood. Mother believed it. Alright. Well, I hope the blender thing. I feel like I'm failing on the educational aspect of this stream today. Sorry. Oh, does it? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I didn't make it all in Blender. 2.5. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use the new materials because everything looks amazing and really should just. It's one of those things where you're fighting learning something new because you've done something the old way first. But you know you have to. Don't worry about it. I don't know. It'll have to be. It's on my plan. Next week is trying to finish that scene. At least get all the assets together. This month has been a crazy month. It's just been ridiculous to say the least. Yeah, I really need to watch more. Just that it's for me. It's like, oh, I'm gonna learn something new, and then I never finish a tutorial ever because I get like halfway through it. I'm like, all right, I get the gist of it. I'll do my own thing now. And I do. I mean, I don't have an issue after that. Watching tutorials can. I don't know if it's just because I have to get to the point sometimes and I have to skip 5 minutes in the video to get started. I have watched Blender Guru stuff, so I know it's not always. There's one guy that does 1 minute tutorials in Blender. You watch some of them. Friendly to me. Also, I don't think today would be a good day for tutorials. But I am making like. Ooh. Oh yeah, I did see that. I think when I'm at work, I usually try and have like some 3D stuff playing in the background, so I'm at least digesting something 3D related. I think I watch or at least listen to that. Got this. Oh, like their music. Well, it's to buy their license. It's just expensive. No copyright sound has. I'm all over the place today. I don't even know if Patrick is here. If you are, I apologize if I completely missed it. Thank you to TJ Tams for taking more points than me. What happened to me? I'll try and stream like again next week. I know everyone's like stuck up for the most part. I know some people love to go to. Except I have to work from home now. I don't want to complain about too my job, but I won't be streaming during the week. I've noticed being stuck in my room for like basically 12 hours a day. Yeah, CG Matter. Cool, that's cool. Yeah, I'll have to check out default. There was I think at the Blender conference, CG Matter did a presentation for them, and it was, he's a very charismatic person, so you stay awake during his stuff, which is really helpful, but he's also not just charismatic, but he has energy, you know. Yes, I don't mind if things derail from Krita, because you know, I am a 3D artist during the day and a 2D artist by night, or something. So I do enjoy talking about 3D, and I do enjoy talking about free programs, Blender and Krita. Both have received grants from Epic Games. I'm kind of disappointed. Kind of disappointed that Krita didn't get as much from Epic Games, but I kind of understand because they're still, compared to Blender, they're still a P program, so they still haven't quite made an impact like Blender yet. But they have done leaps and bounds, like in terms of the software and its capabilities. I mean, what version? They actually just released a new version I haven't upgraded to yet. I think it was really recent. Look at this. This is new. What version am I using? This change? Oh, about Krita. Okay, 4.28. I've been using this since... oh jeez. Yeah, 2D and 3D tools go hand in hand. That is very, very true. And honestly, having Krita free and having all the capabilities it has, especially for beginners, it's perfect to use it one. I mean, great. I've been using this since 3. I think before 3. It is like, I remember back in the day, open source used to be this pod. It's like, oh, open source, it's free, it's no good. Blender's like, well, joke's on you because we're gonna prove you wrong. And I think because Blender started doing that, started proving them wrong, other free programs were able to have a little bit more confidence that they could get somewhere as well. The only free programs that I'm a little disappointed with in terms of progress and innovation is Inkscape and GIMP. I think GIMP just kind of flatlined, and I don't know why. It is a good program. It's a very good alternative to Photoshop, and they had a layer on mode called grain merge, and I cannot tell you how amazing that was. Like, this is perfect. If you take fabric and you scan it in and you take the color out and make it grayscale and you grain merge a color on it, it will retain all of that information, and it just changes the color of it. So it keeps the values and highlights and all this stuff. It just changes. I used to make textures for Second Life, so that's what I would do, and it just came out perfect. It's like, it was amazing. But now Krita has it, so I don't know. There it is, grain merge. Let me see if I have something I can show. It looks. man. All this stuff is like 2.8 was a real game changer. The UI overhaul and general improvements. Yes. I think what like this is probably the second or third UI overhaul that they've done in the last 15 years. And it's only gotten better. I cannot say the same for Maya. I cannot say the same for 3D Studio Max or any other major paid for program. Blender, when they make improvements, they make improvements. They don't sit there and rename a tool and say, oh, look at this, we did something different, you know? And I think that's why Blender captured people's attention. When I switched to my laptop, I didn't bring any of my stuff over from it. Ugh. No, we'll do. Didn't bring the hair stuff. I don't know if the gray merge will work well with this, but we'll see. Actually, this is my first time using it in Krita, so I could just be completely wrong in how this is gonna look. I would like to see change their filters. I hate dust filters. So for desaturate, I kind of wish I had control over it and not have to go through different tools. Yeah, I used to do Second Life stuff back in college for yeah, like a little store and everything. I don't remember. No, I know the username of my character, but all that stuff doesn't exist anymore because it was on a friend's island, and she now works for a major studio and got rid of it. So I don't even know any of that login information anymore. So I tried to redo it and start a new character, and that one. Oh boy. Oh God, I hate. All right, no, let's just saturate. Fine. Yeah, Second Life was just when I was in college, you know, doing beginning 3D and everything. It was good practice, and because you have a lot of tools and a large community there, you have so many resources available to you to see how like learn how to do stuff from texturing to scripting to everything else. It's just it was a lot of fun with all the really weren't. Alright. So this is basically what I would do. Again, hair, life, rescale it, green merge that color on there. Might be. Yeah, so it keeps all the values of this. Well, I kind of miss it because I don't know, making hairstyles in Second Life was like the most fun thing ever, and like I don't know, I just enjoyed doing hairstyles. It was fun. But I'll just show. Okay, so it could take long. Ugh. think I made other stuff too. I think that hard part for me is... Oh. Let's go along. We have custom mesh uploading and go reps. Ooh. Yeah, when I stopped using Second Life is when you were able to bring in your own meshes. At that point, I was graduating and it was just not a great senior. It was just, you know, senior year in college for 3D art, anything related is always stressful. And I think that's when I stopped using it. It just never got back into it just because of time constraints. Yeah, their custom mesh upload was a lifesaver. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous they didn't have it before. Alright, so just to show you like the difference between multiply and grain merge. This is multiply, and it kind of looks like shit to me. So if you do the grain merge, it still looks like shit, right? But it's keeping the values of the hair layer underneath. So I also have to play with like the levels of the hair texture layer and stuff like that to get what you want, but that's a little better. Let me... That would be something I could potentially use for a hair texture in Second Life or whatever. And then it can go and make that repeatable. Oh, transparencies. I remember making hairstyles and I'd make like the nice little wisps, you know? Yeah. I wish I had... Yeah, I don't have anything saved from it. I think I did... There's something like this too. Yeah, it is something like this. I had a lot of fun hairstyles. I don't think I would like them now, but back then I thought they were nice, so I liked them. I did try and do more guy hairstyles like too, because I noticed the poor guys didn't have good to add. Those are hard. But yeah, with the mesh uploading, making hair. I also... There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna be stuck doing it's fun. Ah. A little bit. Oh no, nah, I don't think so. I have 5 total viewers, so if that's more than enough. I'm good. I'm not worried. I'm still like a baby artist on many levels, so I mean, honestly, if people aren't used to my derailing in general, I'm probably not the person to follow for that. Because I do that in my own videos. The amount of... Yeah, I don't know why, but the hair creation was just so much fun to me. And I think because there's no limitation to hairstyles. You look up cool hairstyles, there's just so much, it's just fun. It's just a pain in the ass to me. But it's fun. Didn't get back. Yeah, but if people aren't used to my derailing by now, I'm probably not the best watch ever. I mean, the amount of stuff I've cut out of my own like videos, I've cut out like 10 minutes worth of rambling before because I realized it had nothing to do with anything I was trying to talk about. It's difficult. And I try to keep my videos straight to the point because I know it's frustrating for me when I want to learn something and somebody rambles on about cookies for 10 minutes. I'm not saying I have, but I know that it's a thing. Right? So maybe I should put like a warning string somewhere, like warning will constantly derail from whatever I'm doing. notification. One thing. I'll do that. I'll like find like those warning sounds at the beginning before I actually start doing stuff. When I put like, oh, starting soon, I'll have like a slideshow and randomly go, warning, warning, may derail from conversation or content frequently. Basically saying I'm finding ways to lose viewers by being obnoxious. Also, I will say what I'm using to see both the YouTube and the Twitch stream is called Restream, and it's working so well. Like I can even specify where my replies are going to either channel or both. So I don't like this song. And I'll just leave it. Okay. I think the only thing about Second Life and hair creation that I struggled with, I was lucky that looking while other doing it. Tricky. Yeah, it is tricky talking. I think what frustrates me is I used to do streams a lot years ago. I mean, I would stream once or twice a week, at least. So I'm so out of practice, it's not even funny. But that's back when I used actual live stream, like, it's called live stream? Yeah, it's actually called just live stream. I would use that, and that was such a nightmare. So I think finding the solution to do both YouTube and Twitch is going to work out for me, because I would like to use my Twitch more often. I mean, I've had the account I don't know how long, so why not use it, right? About making a photo of a person's face in a colored image. You're talking about black and white to color? It's kind of... Because a lot of that I think is just painting over it with a multiply or screen or whatever layer is gonna work. Yeah, I'm not completely clear on what you're asking. You mean like painting realism? Or the black and white to a colored photo? Like some people are able to do. Oh, a cartoon? Oh, so like, okay. That's really just practice and drawing. So we'll go back here. Where I get a photo. Find a photo to use that. Ugh. Okay, well, this. She's on DeviantArt. All of her information's right here if you would like to take a look. So really, I mean, it's just when you're doing something like this, you really just have to practice. So this is how sometimes I start off more cartoons. That gives me so when you're doing more cartoony stuff, you're basically taking a lot of these features here and you're just kind of exaggerating them. Like these are her cheekbones. So with a cartoon, you're basically saying, well, let me something like exaggerate. You're simplifying it. You just really kind of have to learn basic anatomy to start off, in my opinion, because to go straight from not knowing how to draw to cartoony without really understanding how face structure works can be a little difficult. You're not really looking at proportions so much very well. The eyeball is round, so even if you're doing this in cartoony, you need to make sure the eyelid is wrapping around it. That's why most cartoons, the eyes have roundish eyes. I don't really know how to answer that completely because that's like a practice and find out how it works for you, what level works for you. And I just sketch in different colors and yeah, I mean, there's no easy way for me to tell you how to pitch something like an cartoon. Since everyone has a different level of what they can do, like recur.
I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker.
Jingle of so yeah, go in and the deep.
murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker.
Oh, might be because I'm curling off. Let me see if I can fix that. Well, I'm gonna turn off the noise gate completely, and maybe that'll make it better. I have no idea how much background noise will be here. Not good, not good. Alright, well. It's not good. Yeah, I'm about to test the micro. No, let me just turn off all the filters. I have no idea what the audio is going to sound like, but. Alright. How does the audio sound? Thank you. I am not half fond of this sketch right now. It's not great, but at least not to me. That's fine. This is just an example. Proportions are kind of off, but I mean, for turning someone into a cartoon, you're really just. I didn't want to do that. You're really just gonna. Oh jeez. Have to practice drawing. There's no easy way to make someone into a cartoon. It's been a while since I've done this too. I always feel like jumping from 2D to 3D and back again is a challenge. No, let me just delete this whole layer. We're gonna do this again. Okay, good. I just turned all of it off. So, no, there's no noise suppression or a noise gate. It's just off. It's just pure audio in my space. So, really should do some more portrait studies. It's a good. Ugh, I can't look at that too much. Start to be like, oh. I can't draw today. Oh no, I can only paint feathers now. Sorry guys. Cheekbones, have an idea of what the heck I'm doing. Okay. Go. when you're sketching too, and when you start to cartoonify someone, just make it loose. Don't focus too much on something until you got the general look down. This is much better. When you can't see her ear, it's good to have an idea of where that's going. Make sure everything else is falling in line. Good proportions. Also, please mirror your work every now and then to make sure it doesn't look too funny. Yeah, I can't do super cartoony anymore either. Like, I have, well, it takes a lot of warming up for me to get back into that. Like, this is kind of more the style I've been doing lately. Not style, but level of detail. So it's kind of hard for me to too crazy with that right now. One thing you can do to really make it stand out right away is to give some shine to the eyes. Like, it brings more life into it without a lot of work. That. Oof. Yeah, I understand that. I've been doing a lot of detailed stuff lately, so I totally agree that they're time consuming and they definitely take a lot out of you. I mean, I stupidly thought I was gonna get 2 of them done in like a week, and that did not happen. And I'll probably never draw something like this again. These are probably the best lips I have ever drawn, and I'm never gonna make them like this again. So enjoy them while you can. Her eyes are too far apart. No, that's okay. I'll fix that later. I guess that's... They're way too far apart. It's gonna bother me. I found that encouraging myself to do like fan art in a simple style kind of helps me be able to get more done that way. But I don't know. This is still not perfect, but it's better. This is really rushed. The eyes are not right. Still. Thanks. Oops. It's just this part. Actually,
You are still in my mind. The truth is so hard to find. With all the things that's going on, I lost track. I felt so strong. I got you on my mind, but something's been done wrong. Sometimes I've been thinking of what to make of me and my memories. Sometimes I've been thinking of dreaming of what it could have been besides memories. 'Cause I still need you. It's lost in something deceitful. I've been left astray by the moonlight sleeping. Not a mistake from within your home. You better hold me now. You better hold me down. Sometimes I've been thinking of what to make of me and my memories. Sometimes I've been thinking of dreaming of what it could have been besides memories. 'Cause I still need you.
I don't know if you can hear that, but I think my cat's trying to break into my door. Alright, this looks a little better for the eyes. Not super great, but yeah, that's better. I'm happier with that. Oops. Obviously, it looks nothing like this, but you know, it's a start. Do something like that.
I know you've been left out, but I still need you. I know you've been left out, but I still need you. I know you've been left out, but I still need you. I know you've been left out, but I still need you.
Her hair's too big. much happier with this now. Still needs some work here, but doesn't bother me as much. Yeah, open the door, right? Meow. Yeah, she has a lot of those moments. So we have like regular, like the round door handles you just turn. She knows those open the doors. So if she's really determined to get in, she'll start hitting those, trying to open the door. But because she has no actual thumbs, she can't. And I'm not gonna complain about that, but in the morning, if I have to kick her out for trying to wake me up at 2 in the morning, or 3 or 4 or whatever to eat, which is way too early, I just remove her from the room and I shut the door. And an hour later, I hear her like tapping on the doorknob, and it's, oh my god. And she knows, you know, because she only does it in the morning. Like, if I can kick her out, if I want to take a nap and she's bothering me or something, I can easily remove her from the room and she won't bother me. But when she's hungry, she will do whatever she can to make sure you do not sleep. I mean, yep, I see her little paws. She's trying to open the door. Which is kind of okay, because it's about 3 o'clock, so I'll be getting off in a few. Alright, well, I mean, I guess it's kind of cartoony. It's not great, but you know, it's fine. Actually, let me do this. I think this might help. Nope. That's a little better. Okay. And my cat wants me out. She's been very, very vocal lately too, so I not make her eyebrows any better, but whatever. You get the gist of cartoonifying. It's just really trying to figure out what parts you want to exaggerate and just working on it. Yeah, my cat would definitely open that. She definitely would. I don't know, should I save this? I don't know, I'll leave it alone. I don't know if I'm gonna save it, but we'll see. Okay, well, on that note, I will say the stream will be over for now. I hope to do this again soon because I do enjoy it. And I hope I helped you guys out with whatever questions you had. I hope it was entertaining. All considering I got a fair amount done on the wings. I mean, I have a habit of pointing at my screen, and you guys can't see me pointing at my screen. Okay. I only do it again. I only have these left to do on the back layer for the feathers, and then that's done. So hopefully I can get this done by the end of next week. Maybe I'll do the stream tomorrow. I don't know. Otherwise next weekend for sure. I'll make an announcement and stuff. Excuse me. And then if you can make it, cool. If not, no big deal. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. And thank you for entertaining me, and I hope I entertained you. And yeah, and I'll work on the audio. Or I'll leave it as it is. I don't know. It was fun hanging out with you guys too. Yay! I'll probably advertise this more next week too. I was not very good about that. But, you know, whatever. It is what it is. Alright, thanks for watching everyone, and have a good one. Stay safe wherever you are, and I will see you guys next week, or whenever. Thank you!